right, Carmen, it's the season 3 premiere. Tell me, what sets this season apart from the other two?
Well, whole new cast, and we are really bringing it in. Really interesting characters. I mean, that's every season. But I feel like Nic Pizzolatto, who created the show, he went above and beyond, especially my character. You know, I feel like women is something that he's really worked hard on, like making three-dimensional in this season, and my character is certainly no exception. Yeah, I play Amelia Reardon, who's a school teacher, and I almost become the third detective in the show because I knew the children that go missing, and as a result, I have sort of an insight and clues and an idea of what might have happened that is different to what the actual detectives might know.
I think it's different in the sense its ambitions are different. You know, it's telling a story across 35 years, and it's involving this character at three very different, very significant points in his life, and it's kind of his life story as well as a mystery. And so I think those ambitions are a bit different, but at the same time, it has some structural callbacks, I think, to some of the things we've done, and the sort of Southern Gothic setting might feel familiar but different, I hope.
And why did you choose Mahershala for this season?
We just talked about the role, and really he talked about it, and I listened, and then I, sort of considered how the role would change with him in the lead, and it gained a whole lot of new dimensions with him, and then having seen his performance and worked with him, I can't imagine this story without it. I mean, it just wouldn't work without his performance. It's really something special. I don't think I've really ever seen anything like what he does here.
Tell me, what made you want to sign on to this role?
The writing, what Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson had established several years earlier, but just feeling the potential jumping off of the page and how rich the characters were, and specifically Wayne Hayes. Obviously, I didn't get to read all 8 episodes because they weren't sharing all 8 episodes and they weren't done at that time. But what I had an opportunity to read, I felt like I was going to be challenged in a way in which I had never been challenged before, and I was really excited about that and hungry for that type of opportunity.
Now, the story takes place over 3 different time periods, so what went into that with the hair and the makeup and just preparing yourself mentally?
Yeah. Well, first we had to establish the looks. Like we wanted to find a look that felt appropriate for Lawrence Davis and I, in terms of like talking through like the hair elements, and then the makeup artist Debbie Young, and then the special effects team. We were all sort of coalescing around like trying to come up with clear markers for each decade, and so we really wanted to start with the hair for that. And so 1980 gets you right out of the 70s, so the afro is shifting and getting smaller, and then 90 the cops doing like the really square hard flat tops, and then him being really just old and more gray and weathered by the time we get to 2015. So, but the makeup work from Mike Marino and the special effects team was really key in being able to sell 2015 and me playing someone who was 70.